Listen, legalized lawlessness. Legalized lawlessness. Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's Robert, Ambassador for Christ. And as you know, I've got a kingdom, guys. Remember, as usual, eat the fish and spat the bones. For some things you may agree with, some things you may not. Join the Bible studies information in the description down below. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be awesome stuff. Listen to me, okay? Legalized lawlessness. End time signs. It's madness. It's crazy. I get the end times. I know that things are getting worse and things are going crazy. You know, it's madness out there. Right? It's interesting. It's interesting times. When we look at the end, when we look at the day, when we look at the days now, things are quite dark. But as sons of God, we're meant to be going on to the new level, going to a next level. We're not trying to escape the earth through the rapture. We're invading the earth by the instruction and a mission and mandate from the Lord Jesus Christ. We're on invasion. We're an invasion force. The church is an invading army. We've been sent from the kingdom of heaven to invade the earth. But let me show you something, right? When we get to the end days, how it's looking, it's kind of crazy, you know. It gets me thinking, you know, because I was reading the book of 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1, which we all know speaks about, you know, perilous times. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Now we always read through these sorts of things, read through it really quickly, and we don't really take stock of what it's talking about. Where it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. All right? Covetous. That word, we know that men are lovers of their own selves already. But it says covetous. Covetous means money lovers. In the end times, people will be covetous. And in that Greek there means money lovers. Money lovers. And we know in the book of Timothy, it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So we're seeing the love of money. We're seeing a lot of craziness going on, a lot of greed when it comes to money. And I'm not speaking about the people, your normal grassroots people. I'm speaking about people on the higher levels. By IMF, the business owners and all this sort of stuff here, the Rothschild and the World Bank and all those people there, and lots more. They love money, and because of all the evil you're seeing in the world is because of the love of money. The love of money is the root of every evil you see in the world. The homelessness you have in America, in England, homelessness is crazy. In America, homelessness is crazy. But where is it? The love of money is the root of that evil. You'll find out the reason why they're homeless. You'll see that money is always the root of the issue. Everywhere you go, it's interesting. But we know that in the end times it's going to grow and expand, and you're seeing sorts of this sort of stuff taking off. It's crazy. It says that there will be boasters and proud. We know that people boasting about themselves. Proud. It means that people will start looking at themselves. You know, I'm the best. Look at me. Everything is going to be self-focused and selfishness. You know, that's what happened to Lucifer. He fell from heaven. Why? Because he was proud, looking at himself instead of looking at God. And it says blasphemers. What's a blasphemer? A blasphemer is somebody who has no respect for the things of God, no reverence for the things of God. Okay, it says no reverence for a deity, but because it's in the Bible, we know it's speaking about the God we serve, Jesus Christ specifically. So in the end times, it says that people will be blasphemers. They will have no respect for the things of God, which we've seen. We're seeing this. It's crazy. They'll be disobedient to parents. Now, children being disobedient to parents starts off a curse. We can read that in the book of Exodus chapter 20 speaks about the 10 commandments. One of the commandments, the 5th commandment, I think it is, it says that we're meant to, you should meant to reverence and respect your mother and father so your days will be long in the earth. But what's happening now, we're seeing a lot of people disrespecting their parents and they're ending up in prison. They're doing murders, they're doing all sorts of craziness out there. It's because they're disobedient to their parents. And we know that when you're disobedient to your parents, it starts off a curse. And you're not going to be, if you love the Lord, you're not going to be disobedient to your parents because you're going to be brought up in the right way. But because people are blaspheming and people are disrespectful to the things of God and they're disrespecting the Bible, because they're doing that and they hate God, what happens is that they start off this process and their children become, their children will hate them. Then it starts off this process of people hating God, children hating their parents, and if they're being disobedient, they're not living long. And then this curse starts where God says that I shall curse those down to the 3rd and 4th generation to them that hate me, but I shall bless them to the 1,000th generation of them that love me. It's a spiritual principle. Those who hate God will die. Those who love God will be blessed and fruitful. It's a spiritual principle throughout the whole of the Bible. You read it in Proverbs. You'll read it all there. It's kind of interesting. We're seeing a lot of people that are disrespecting their parents now, and that's why things are going crazy. Why are they disrespecting their parents? Because of the love of money. What's the love of money in this instance? They start these caring. You know, you have foster care homes, child care, where they break up families and they rip children from their families, put them into care. Why? Because it's money making. Remember, children in care is a money making machine. Remember that. Why? The love of money. So the love of money is what's destroying families, because they try to destroy families, to take children from their families, to keep the business going, keep the money going, keep the care homes going. Because if you have a care home, you have psychologists and you have you have psychologists working there, you have social workers. You know, it's a money making machine. So we can see here that it's a love of money. So it's all interconnected, and we've seen it grow. In America, it's even worse. America's crazy, but England's crazy too. And so is France and those westernized countries. It's crazy. And it says, unthankful and unholy. People are very, very unholy. The way that the world is going on now, you start going to the works of the flesh, and all the unholiness, the unrighteousness that people are dealing with, the immorality and all that sort of stuff. They're unholy. People are very, very unholy. And it's only rising. It's only rising. It's going a bit crazy. A lot of us when they look at the end time signs, they look at the sun, the moons, the blood moon, and the sky. Don't need to look at the sky. Just look at society, and you'll see even more signs. Because the Bible says that because lawlessness, or because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Jesus Christ said that in Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, 7, 8, round there. It says about because of lawlessness, okay, because of iniquity. Iniquity is lawlessness, all right? So we see in the Bible iniquity, it means lawlessness. And because that's rising, the love of many is waxing cold. And then you're going to start to see the fruit of that in the book of Timothy, what I'm reading now, chapter 2, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 and onwards. We're seeing the fruit of that. You haven't seen nothing yet. It's at a low level. We haven't seen nothing yet. It's only going to expand and go worse, where you're seeing it every day with your very own eyes. You ain't seen that at the moment, but things are growing, and we're going in a direction of craziness. We're just seeing the beginning shoots of wickedness popping out of the ground now. You haven't seen anything yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. And it says, without natural affection. This is in verse 3, natural affection. The abortion laws. Let's go into abortion. There's mothers that haven't got natural affection for their unborn child and killing it. It's crazy. And I was speaking to my wife about this today, where it's last year was the biggest murder rate last year was abortion. 41 million children was aborted last year, 2018. And we know that if it's 41 million, that's 41 million mothers, and with every mother there's going to be a father. So it's going to be more than that. I know that it's going to be more than 41 million people without natural affection. And the Bible says that these 6 things of the Lord hate, and the 7th is an abomination. It's in the book of Proverbs chapter 6 verse 11, I think it is, onwards. And one of the things the Lord hates is hands that shed innocent blood. And we know that's in abortion. That's hands shedding innocent blood. It's only going to rise. Why is it going to arise? Because of the works of the flesh in Galatians chapter 5 verse 19, the sexual immorality, fornication, everything's on the rise. It's being promoted. It's being promoted. Why is there so much sexual immorality in the world? Easy, the love of money, go to it. Why is the pornography industry exploded with all this craziness? Why? The love of money. It's all money. It's all money based. Check it out. Why is there all this AI stuff popping up? Why is the Google is trying to lock everything down? Facebook locking things down. Why? Love of money. Shareholders. It goes deep. Your freedoms are being taken away. Our freedoms are being eroded online. Why? Love of money. Love of money. He who has the information has all the money. Woo! Makes more money. When you have all the information about a person, you can then serve up better ads to people and in essence make more money, pleasing the shareholders. See, this is deep stuff I'm sharing with you. I was going through 2 Timothy chapter 3. So it says false accusers, all right? False accusers, slanderers. In that word, the Greek, false accusers means slanderers, speaking bad about other people, speaking behind people's back negatively, calling this person this and that, this person that. You see it all on Facebook. You see it all on Instagram. People being slanderous to their friends, to their brothers, to their sisters, slanderous to other people, all this slander and evil speaking about politicians, people in power, slanderous. It's only growing and increasing, especially with online. Everyone's got a voice because everyone has a platform. It says, chapter 3, it says, truce breakers, false accusers, Incontinent. Incontinent means without self-control. We know people haven't got self-control. That's just growing. People can't control themselves now. They do as they feel, do as they want, do as they will, which is a satanic commandment. That's what Jay-Z had on his front on one t-shirt years ago. Do as thou will. That's satanic. That comes from Satan's mouth. That comes from the kingdom of darkness. Do as thou will. See, we're being taught if it feels good, do it. Why? Because what happens is it starts to it destroys a nation. It destroys the world. If you could do whatever you want, everything gets destroyed. It's being taught that in school. This is the reason why children have an identity crisis right now. Why? Because they're taught do what you want in school, but you can't do what you want. Because when you do what you want, everything starts to decay. So what they're doing now in the world is that they're legalizing lawlessness. Meaning what? Everything that's lawless, they make it legal. So it's not lawlessness no more. They legalize it. If there's things that are legal now, that back in the day was evil, that was wickedness, that you would be shunned for doing it. But now it's legalized, so it's okay. Just because something is legal doesn't mean that God is happy with it. Doesn't mean that God backs that up. It's crazy. It says fierce. We know that people are very angry, very fierce. Despisers of those that are good. See, when you do something good, people will just despise you. If you're getting forward in life, people will despise you. You're doing good for people, people will despise you and think, oh, look at him, look at her, trying to help out the homeless. Look at him, who does he think he is? You know, running for that charity. He thinks he's better than everybody else. And they start to speak evil of you because you're doing good for other people, or you're doing good, your family's doing good, you're very blessed. People hate you because you're blessed, and they're not. And you try to tell them how to be blessed, but they don't want to hear you. And they'll be haters of you because you're doing good. That's why Christianity, Christians, sons of God, ambassadors for Christ, because we're very blessed, people are going to hate us. Traitors. In here, traitors mean reckless. People are reckless. Haughty or heady. Heady means, people are going to be traitors. I'm in verse 4. Traitors, all right? We know what a traitor is. And it says people will be heady. Heady means reckless. People just reckless lives. Think is recklessly. Doing things without thinking about it. Reckless. You know, you got these people jumping off, doing all these stunts on high buildings with webcams. That's called heady. It's called recklessness, because if you fall, you're dead. And when they're doing it, they're teasing other extreme sports people, or extremely minded people to do the extreme. And they become reckless. They do reckless things. You know, doing all these reckless tricks. People, you know, doing all these on YouTube. You have all these different challenges. You have the Bird Box challenge, where people are driving around in their cars with blindfolds on, and all this stuff here. Reckless. It's called heady. So what we're going to see is more and more of this happening. Why? Because of the internet. You're going to see more and more of it happening. We ain't seen nothing yet. It's a shoot. This could be going on for 100 and another 120, 100, 200 years. I don't know. But I'm saying you're seeing the beginning of it now. It's just really interesting stuff. And it says high-minded. When you're high-minded, okay, it means you're haughty. Haughty means that, you know, you look down on people. Look at that scum. A homeless person comes to you, tugs on your trousers or your skirt and says, excuse me, can you buy me some food? Get off me, you tramp. Look at you. Smell. Move. That's called being high-minded. You think you're better than everybody else. No, everybody else is scum compared to you. And we're seeing that. When the more people have money, there's a lot of people have more money now. You know, a lot more rich people. And when you're on that level, a lot of people turn high-minded, and they think that it's, you know, you got your new clothes on, your new trainers, your Pradas, or whatever you're wearing, your Yves Saint Laurent or your Chanel. I don't know, whatever. I don't wear that sort of stuff because that stuff doesn't interest me. But there's people out there that do wear that sort of stuff, and when people touch them, get your hands off me, step on my trainers, move. You know, you're looking down on people. You're becoming high-minded. It says lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. See, more people would rather go shopping on a Sunday than go to church. I'm not talking about sons of God. I'm speaking about people in the world. They'd rather go and have pleasure, go to a restaurant than go to church. They'd rather eat food than fast if you're a son of God. No, that means that I'm messing with you guys, all right? You only fast when you're led. But what I'm trying to say is that people would rather pleasure than they're lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Everybody, you speak to people, they try to come off like it's spiritual. Not spiritual at all. They deny the power of God. You know, some people say, you know, you got the New Agers. You have all these types of Buddhists, and you have all these people that are doing yoga, humming, meditation. You know, they have a form of godliness. Yeah, they have a form of godliness they profess, but the Bible says here that but they deny the power thereof. They deny the power of the one true God, the one whom we serve, Jesus Christ, all powerful. And it says here, from such turn away. All those people there, all those other religions, craziness, there's no power there. Turn away from it. Turn away. I'm going to leave that one there. That's what I was saying. I was going through through the second book of Timothy, chapter 3. And when you start to look at these signs, or these, you go through it slowly. Actually, what do these words actually mean? It breaks down things even more further, so you can see things more clearer. All right? The Bible speaks about that in the end days, that men shall go to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. There shall be a knowledge explosion. So at the moment, we're seeing a knowledge explosion. You know, for example, even up to 100 years ago, everybody, for the past, since the beginning of time, people just rode horses. Horses was the main source of transport until 100 years ago or 110 years ago, where we now use cars. So it's changing. Communication used to be by pigeon, but now it's radio, then telegrams, then, you know, phones, internet. It's a knowledge explosion. We even got mobile phones. Crazy. We did in 1990. Only a few people had these big massive phones. Mobile phones was nothing until recent, like 1998, 1997, 1998, when you saw loads of people beginning to have mobile phones. These things, it wasn't really around. It wasn't really that popular, or they were too expensive. You know, even flight by planes and stuff. It's a knowledge explosion. Medicine. People are staying alive longer now. Why? Medicine is making it possible for us to stay alive longer. Well, back in the day, that didn't happen. People were dying at the age of 30, 40 through catching simple diseases that are being cured now through antibiotics and stuff like that. Medicine has increased. The knowledge of medicine has increased. Now, when it comes to computers, it's communication, computers, you know, it goes to another level altogether. It's an explosion. AI, robotics, what's happening? The system's being locked down. This beast system is coming into place. We can see the beginning shoots. I always say the beginning shoots of the beast system coming into place. You know, in China they have face recognition everywhere. They have more cameras in the UK have cameras everywhere, but in China it's a new level. They have cameras everywhere with face recognition software, and they do social scoring. And if your social footprint is not that good, you can get denied passports. 11,000 people in China last year was rejected to have a passport because their social score was too low. Yeah, this is where it's going. It's getting crazy. It's getting mad. So, like what I'm saying, the beast system is showing the shoots of the beast system is coming, and we just need to keep an eye on what's going on. But let me tell you something. You can't stop it. We can slow it down, but we can't stop it. We can slow it down through prayer, seeking God, but you can't stop it. We're ambassadors for Christ. We're here to snatch people out of the fire. A brand snatched out of the fire. Our job as sons of God is to snatch people out of the fire, get people saved. Because it's been prophesied that the world, what's going to happen in the world, God's coming back, Antichrist and all this stuff. It speaks about in the Bible, it's been prophesied, it's already happened. So it's going to happen. We're moving forward to that place. So there's no point in getting scared or anything. No, we've got to go in deeper. We've got to go in more hardcore into the things of God and start to do the work of God, the will of God, and start to manifest the mind of God in the earth realm and get people saved. And that's what we're meant to be doing. That is our job. Our job is not escapism. The rapture, I can't wait to get raptured away. I've got £10,000 worth of debt. Lord, come tomorrow so I could be raptured away and not pay this debt. That's how crazy-minded some sons of God are. We want to escape the world in the rapture. We want the rapture to happen so we can leave the earth because we got depression. Because our career isn't that good. And because do you know what I'm saying? No, we can't think that way. People are dying. We end up in heaven anyway. We're ambassadors for Christ. But we're meant to be doing the mandate of God, the mission and the mandate of God. We're meant to be spreading the gospel of the kingdom. That's what we're meant to be doing. I'm rambling. I better stop. There was more I could say on that. But we're seeing the beginning days of or the small little shoots of the end days stuff. And to get deeper. But more spiritual gifts are being poured out upon the sons. More anointing is being poured out upon the sons. More gifts are given to the ambassador of Christ. So if you want to be used in this end time by God, going closer to God, going hard, going deep, get that word, read 20 chapters a day. That's right. I said 20 chapters. 20 chapters, and not one chapter less. It's Robert Ambassador for Christ. Join the Bible studies down below. Sorry about the 20-minute ramble, but I was just rambling. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.